So now we apparently have an illegal immigrant deciding to use their vehicle as a weapon and ram it into an ICE agent's vehicle. I don't think that's a great idea to protest. If you're upset about how things are playing out, where the main job of these ICE agents is to take the illegals who came in here illegally and ship them back to their countries and let them go through the process of coming into America the right way. You don't have to like that, but that's what's going on. People make allegations of, oh, well, they're arresting the wrong people, yada, yada, yada. Just gaslighting folks. Do I like how everything's being handled all the time? No, because maybe you could do it less violently. However, if you're not complying with the officers and they're asking you to do something and you refuse to do it, then there's going to be some unfortunate situations to go on. And I don't get citizens like you have to follow authority. It's like if you have a boss who is giving you instructions and telling you to follow these orders and you don't follow them, what is going to likely happen? You are going to get fired. Actions have consequences to them. Look, you can protest, go out there and state your opinions, voice your concerns about ICE agents, but getting violent with them. I saw this lady with her child. She went to follow ICE agents and see what they were doing in their investigation, not minding her business. And they told her to go back to her vehicle and she's recording them. I'm going, you have a child. Why don't you go out on that nice afternoon, go get ice cream, go see a movie, heck, go to a steak park. I don't know, do something besides being this vigilante because it doesn't serve you any purpose. Heck, do you have a job? Like, I wonder, like, I'm not against protesting, but do these people even work? Like, they have all this time on their hands to go out and protest. That's great. You can lift up your voice. I have concerns about the ICE agents, but I'm like, do y'all even work? Do you guys have all this time in your hands? Like, I just think at the end of the day, what are we even doing here? Is it helping society at all? Are you doing something to move things forward? Because all they're doing, that the main job for ICE agents is to go out there and arrest the illegal people who came in here without the proper documentations to be a legal citizen in America. And that's it. I just don't get what we're doing here.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Troopers, Texas plates. Come out of the car. Come out of the car. Come out of the
Gentlemen, to
car.
come out of the car.
He's in proceedings. He's good to go.
Not listening.
Lower the window.
Watch out behind you, watch out!
And now you want to back up your car to another vehicle.
Watch out in front of you, watch out in front!
This is ridiculous.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
You're just making things harder on yourself. This is not good whatsoever.
Now, let's go. Turn off the car.
You're just making things worse for yourself. They ask you to get the car, and then you're going back and forth using your vehicle as a weapon. How do you think that's going to play out? If you don't follow instructions, there's going to be consequences to those actions. And if you don't conduct yourself in a manner that is appropriate to authority, then you're going to have consequences you will not like, but it's your own fault.
Yeah, Sean, unfortunately, when we hear elected officials calling upon individuals to impede or obstruct, ICE law enforcement operations nationwide, you're going to see incidents like this, and that was a video you're probably not going to see on mainstream media, right? That actually shows exactly what's happening. You saw the officers and agents attempting to apprehend a criminally illegal alien, and there they are using their car as a weapon. The lead vehicle, the ICE vehicle, the gray one that was struck, that officer had to go to the hospital with neck injuries.
Ridiculous.
And every day, Sean, this is what the men and women of ICE are facing. It's constant impediments, constant attacks like this. And, it's not safe for my folks. It's not safe for the public. It really needs to stop.
What do you make of these groups that have instructions on how to confront and basically fight with ICE agents? They call it a micro antifada, and I can go into all the details of it. I'm sure you're closely aware of it. But we're talking about a strategy laid out by groups of people to make your jobs harder and obstruct justice. Should those people be arrested?
100%, Sean. Any law enforcement officer will tell you, it's a constitutional right, go out there and protest. But when you have organized criminal gangs, which these are, that are organizing these groups to, again, impede or obstruct law enforcement operations, lawful law enforcement agents, enacting the laws that Congress has written, That's a criminal act. And I will tell you that Homeland Security investigations, my folks, the FBI, we're investigating these, and people are going to be held accountable because you can't organize groups to go out and impede law enforcement.
As they should be held accountable. Like, you're out in the middle of the street and you're looking like you're wanting to pick a fight with these ICE agents. Go home, like, watch a movie, do something more productive with your time. You can protest, that's okay, but getting in the way of investigation or in the way of ICE agents trying to just do their job so they can go home to their families, you're doing nothing good as a citizen. You're not adding value to your communities and to this country. This is ridiculous. And then you have the politicians gaslighting these folks and getting them on the streets. They should be held accountable as well for their rhetoric. Nobody's saying that you can't come to this country, but when you do it the wrong way, then unfortunately you have to go back and go through the process. It's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, Trump is trying to clean the streets up, trying to get the people who came here illegally out of here because that's why they voted for him. And now he's got ICE agents out there trying to do their jobs, but these citizens who probably don't even care about these people are out here protesting for what? This action is just bizarre to me. And I don't understand why people are out at like 8:30 at night, cold as all get out, trying to stand for something. And it's just ridiculous.
It's a criminal act, and we have to act swiftly to cause this from spreading.
Clean it up.
Do you have a response to Philadelphia's DA threatening to prosecute ICE agents, which, by the way, is not constitutional? But putting that aside, do you have a response for that DA?
Sean, what I'll say is the men and women of ICE, the men and women of ERO, the men and women of HSI, they're not committing any crimes. So he doesn't have to worry about arresting any of my folks because what we're doing is we're enforcing the law. We are out there every day making this nation and his city safe again. So he shouldn't worry about the men and women of ICE. What he should worry about is the sanctuary policies that have these criminal aliens go back into his neighborhoods and commit heinous crimes like fentanyl trafficking, human trafficking, rape of a child. He should focus on those and let law enforcement do law enforcement work.
So you got this DA in Philadelphia wanting these ICE agents to be arrested when they're just trying to obstruct justice to make your communities better. But let's just gaslight folks and get them all riled up in emotions and not thinking logically. Yeah, just not a good move. I just don't know what's going to happen next. It's just a bunch of craziness going on. But you guys stay safe out there. If you're protesting, you have a right to do that. Be safe, though. Use some common sense. Don't put yourself in harm's way. If you don't like ICE agents, that's cool. I'm okay with that. But if you want the law to be enforced and you don't like what's going on, totally understand as well. Hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts on the situation. What do you think about what's going on with the ICE agents, how they're treated? Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.